Look here and ye shall find torture and turmoil, dreary scenery, dilapidated cities, lies and deceit, equally cold weather and wanderers, bloodshed by the gallants, remorseless animalistic violence, the pillaging of villages, disembowelment of unfortunate fools, the chopping the fuck off of various limbs, hellish but ugly disease-spreading creatures of the night that bite, and the pounding of both skulls and ass. Absent are all things holy. The game has a luxuriously polished and refined quality to it that makes it feel like a higher class of game, reserved for only a special specimen of man. You're not playing a game here, you're controlling a movie brought to life by industry veterans. While playing this so-called game, you might even be controlling a parallel reality through your screen. The shit is thrilling the whole way through with lots of environmental variety, from modest snowy villages to lush green forests, from barren country to urban dilapidated metropoli, from open fields to claustrophobic basements, from makeshift farms and football fields to hot sandy beaches, from forgotten institutional buildings to abandoned cordyceps-infected ships. Sure, there are sleep-inducing sections here and there where you need to do chores like find gas in a giant open area so you can power a generator, to open a door and finally advance the story, or when you need to mess around with wiggly ropes that were probably a pain to program. But that's okay. Life isn't about getting your testicles tickled every second. Sometimes you gotta do the work to open some doors to get ahead in life, and this game teaches you that. And while doing the work, you might come across some exciting things along the way, so don't be so quick to complain. But what keeps you glued to the screen is that there's always some crazy shit waiting to happen just around the corner. The game is epic in its own way, not in terms of big spectacles like the Uncharted series, but in terms of dramatic, filmic sequences draped with music and atmosphere that create tension and make you feel like you're playing a nut-retracting horror game. And the shit is rich with endlessly fascinating environmental storytelling. Naughty Dog has also perfected the gameplay here. Looting the perimeter of each room you enter can give you a brain aneurysm at times, but the combat and controls are smooth and satisfying. The animations are some of the cleanest I've seen, and the feedback from the weapons arouses a dopaminergic alpha neodendritic response in your brain. There's a good amount of enemy variety, and you've got some of the strangest fools for foes here. You've got the whistlers, the clickers, the stalkers, the runners, the rat catchers, the hunters, the bloaters, the fatters, and the smilers. Also, this isn't like Uncharted where there's zero character progression due to a lack of upgrades. Here you can upgrade your weapons and abilities and bombs. Big bombs. Boom. This game's also the perfect amount of linear. It's tight, focused, and keeps things moving while still giving you ample room to breathe and explore the meticulously designed world. You're incentivized to explore not only by an intrinsic desire to enjoy these beautifully designed lands, but also by the desire to find loot and collectibles that shed light on the woes of other survivors. You're not just collecting useless trinkets here, you can also fine-tune the difficulty of different aspects of the game. I personally like to play with everything at max difficulty to match my elite skill level, but with plentiful resources to avoid being blue-balled as I wreak havoc on bald-headed bastards. This game also tells the most polarizing story in gaming. The developers took a big risk and told a ballsy tale that no one wanted, but everyone needed. This isn't some generic shit stain of a story that you see in every game. This is masterfully thought out, written and acted with unexpected twists and turns that have you clenching your butt cheeks and biting your nails in anticipation of seeing what damning event happens next, while taking you on an emotional roller coaster ride and leaving you confused as to who to root for, until you realize that there's no body to root for because everybody is equally fucked and at fault in the damning world of The Last of Us. If this happens at the beginning of the game, who knows what the rest of the game has in store? And you'll rarely like any character you come across, but you'll understand why they all does what they do and are the way they is. You hate Abby just as much as Ellie for killing Joel, but then you find out the surgeon Joel killed in the first game was Abby's dad, and now you feel conflicted about whose side you should be on. Did Joel deserve his gruesome death after going on a killing spree like a depraved lunatic at the hospital and murdering one of the only surgeons left in the world, as well as the father of a young girl, and with it, the only chance at potentially finding a cure for the infection? You play as Abby and can't wait to get your hands on this annoying sniper, until you realize it was good old Tommy all along. The game forces you to see things from different people's perspective and forces you to accept that there are no good or bad people here, just people put in shitty situations. Fuck or be fucked is the name of the game. But be warned, this is the most depressing of games. The shit is miserable, hopeless, and unforgiving. It leaves a bitter taste in your mouth and a black void in your heart after you've rolled the credits. You'll feel many feelings after putting down the controller. Indifference definitely won't be one of them.